Alright, so here's the Sony Android Auto car stereo, and there's a real problem with this thing. If we go over into the settings, we look at the firmware version, we're running 1.02.06. So originally this came with, 1.00.09, I think. I have the exact same stereo in my car as well. Sony issued a firmware update you did with a USB thumb drive, said it fixed some USB issues. Well, unfortunately, on mine it maybe caused a couple minor issues, but I'm not quite sure. But on this one, it causes some more serious issues with Android Auto. Okay, so we're going to plug it into this Galaxy Note 4 and see what happens. Go ahead. We're using an LG USB cord. Okay, Android Auto is launching. All right.
Head north on South.
Okay, and this is what happens. Basically, the phone is still says it's on Android Auto and everything. Okay, if you unlock that. See, we're on Android Auto, but the car stereo isn't. It's on, like it's working. If we press home, we can go back to it, and it just doesn't. So unplug it and plug it back in again. Okay, it goes back to the home screen. It does this. Other times, what it does is it will exit out to the home screen completely instead of a black screen, and then it will just relaunch. But this black screen behavior is the most common one. It's sort of like you go and you can go into different apps and it mostly works. Oh, there did the black screen thing again. So this car stereo worked 100% perfectly before the firmware update. My identical unit, I did the firmware update as well. It generally seems to work, but occasionally I've had an issue where Android Auto just quits and I end up back at this main screen. One of the times it just sort of relaunched and it went straight back into Android Auto without the black screen. And the other time I actually had to unplug my phone and plug it back in. I've never had that issue either. I've had, how long have we had these? Probably 3 or 4 months now?
About 4 months.
4 months, and hadn't had issues. I use it every day. So this happened after the firmware update, but this one never had an issue. So you look online, there are other people with this exact same issue. I mean, it's kind of responding, but not. They have the same exact issue, but Sony says that there's no problem. Calling their tech support line, they say this unit is just bad and needs to be replaced. So we're going to warranty repair it, which is going to take 10 days. What a hassle. Otherwise, it's working fine. Like the Bluetooth stuff is fine. It seems like if we use a different cable, like this shorter cable, it actually works a bit better. It still happens to get the black screen, but it just takes longer to do it. But with this LG cord here, it actually happens pretty much right away, immediately, every single time. With this short cord, how long did it take before you had the problem?
10-15 minutes.
So 10 or 15 minutes. So it actually works better with this cord. So it definitely seems to be some type of USB issue. But obviously, I took this exact cord and I used it in my car, and it seemed to be working fine other than those 2 times where the Android Auto kind of quit. But I didn't have the black screen issue at all, and I used the phone on Android Auto for over an hour yesterday doing navigation. But this one just immediately fails. So yeah, firmware update. Don't install it until Sony has a new firmware update.